Mm. Man, it's really good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi there. I'm Decker Babcock, sitting here with Joe Smith of Joe Smith and the Spicy Pickles. So, Joe, we got a new show coming up at Dazzle. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, we're really excited. This will be our first time back at Dazzle since the pandemic. It's going to be on Thursday, July 15th. We're going to do two seatings, a 7 o'clock and a 9:30. We highly encourage people to come to both because we're going to be playing different music in each set. But we wanted to do something a little bit different, and so the show is going to be called the Roots Groove and BBQ.
Roots Groove and Barbecue?
Yeah,
We're going to have pickles?
we're going to have pickles.
Oh, I hope these are really good. So, Roots Groove and Barbecue, Joe. Now, there has to be some sort of story or inspiration behind this. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so obviously in the pandemic, a lot of us, I at least felt some loneliness and some isolation going on.
I think we all have.
Yeah, and so I really want to get back to this sense of community. And so for me, I pull a lot of inspiration from the 1920s and 1930s. They used to do what was called rent parties. This especially happened in New York City. If you couldn't afford your rent, you'd have a party on a Friday or Saturday night. Your neighbors would come over. They'd bring food. It'd be a potluck. There'd probably be some musicians. Then there'd be some socializing and some dancing. And so, like, really perfect place for jazz to really grow and evolve and become the party music that it was of the day. And it also just really grew that sense of community, taking care of each other and socializing together.
So this doesn't sound like a normal Dazzle show. For those who know about Dazzle shows, you come in, keep your conversations to a minimum. It's a very quiet, intimate affair. But this is a real party, just like it used to be.
Yeah, that's our whole goal. Because we specialize in music of the mid-century of 1900s, we really wanted to do something that harkens back to that. And so for me, I want to play music that makes people want to get up and dance, that has that infectious groove to it. And so we're going to do a show where we kind of encourage people to come in, maybe grab a table, eat some of the amazing food that we're going to have, enjoy some of the music, get up and dance. Maybe you're going to go and you're going to buy the band a drink or buy somebody else a drink, meet some new friends, socialize, because we're all there because of our common love of amazing food, of amazing music, and socializing.
Now, your love of amazing food and amazing music, I know because I've been to a few of your house parties here in your lovely home here in Denver. Every time you hold one of these events, you always have phenomenal food. Some of which you'll see on the menu at Dazzle. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you also have, some amazing musician, whether it be a pianist or a horn player or maybe a trio. Where did this all come about? I personally, I've gone on the road with you how many times at this point, and I've never actually asked this. So where did this all come from?
Yeah, so I just find a lot of passion in both food and music. Partly because of my grandmother. She was the one that really started me on piano lessons when I was little. She taught me how to cook. And so from that passion really kind of grew. And to me, I found it's one of those few things where you can connect with somebody even if you don't speak the same language. And so that's kind of what is inspiring this show and inspiring this idea.
That's awesome. That's really great. So, as we're looking at the show, is this just a one-time show, or are we going to make this a regular thing?
The goal is to make this a regular thing. Hopefully we can grow this into a bi-weekly or maybe even a weekly thing. That would be the goal, where we have a rotating menu going on. We're bringing in different things and different guest artists as well.
Okay, so you keep hinting at this menu thing, and we've been eating these pickles for how many hours now? This was a full jar when we started. I mean, he's done more damage than I have, but so what's going to be on this menu? What's so special about this menu?
Yeah, so for me, I wanted to start with something. Food just blows my mind sometimes when you go to an amazing restaurant. And so we're going to pull some inspiration from a couple places in New Orleans that I really love. We're going to start out with an appetizer that's going to be a deviled egg. This is really inspired by Galatore's, which is a restaurant down on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. The main dish is going to be a 14-hour smoked pulled pork. It's going to be tossed in my very own J.L. Schmitty's sauce number 1, which is
best sauce in Denver. No questions asked. buy some today.
Yeah. It's a mustard vinegar based sauce, and then that's going to be topped with an apple slaw, and we're going to put that all on a buttermilk biscuit.
Oh.
And for a side dish, we're going to do a creamless corn mash. So basically, we take some corn and we process it and put it through a sieve, and that operates as our cream. So we're basically doing corn on corn with some shallots, tarragon, and butter. It's really a decadent side dish. And then we're going to finish it off with 2 different styles of ice cream. Both are going to be a Philadelphia style, so an eggless base, and then they're both cereal milk. So I grew up, and I still do, eat a lot of cereal. And so the first one will be a Lucky Charms cereal milk ice cream, and then that's going to be served with some sugar cookies. And the other will be a Reese's Puffs ice cream, and that's going to be served with a Snickerdoodle style cookie.
Oh, man. All of that sounds good. I hope there's some left for the band at the end of the night.
Me too.
I would love to sample all of the above.
Yeah.
So, no, that sounds so good. This is getting me really excited for it. Is it just going to be the regular pickles? I mean, I got the email about the Dazzle gig, but other than that, it's just the normal pickles. What are we doing?
Yeah, so we're going to start off with just the pickles, and the goal as we build this and make it more frequent is to kind of push. My personal goals in the Denver community are to bring in guest artists, people that I think the Denver community should know about, just because they're doing amazing things on whatever instrument they play or sing. And so our goal is to be able to bring in guest artists to play with us at Dazzle, to do their own shows at Dazzle, and then to also do recording sessions, and hopefully even be able to bring them into schools and universities to teach clinics and master classes for students.
That's really incredible. So this has a much further reaching sort of deal to it than just another show at Dazzle. This is a wider community sort of outreach.
Yeah. The whole idea of the Roots Groove is to involve the community, to bring in and expose people to new musicians, and to really just kind of bolster our community. I think we have a really beautiful, thriving and growing community. In the 8 years that I've been here, it's grown so much, and I want to do my part to help it grow some more. That's
incredible. That's really incredible, and I know you do a lot of good work in the community as someone who works with you yearly.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. This sounds like a great show, but where can people get tickets? Do they just show up, or do we need tickets?
Yeah, so it would be great to get a reservation ahead of time so you can get a table. If you go to dazzledenver.com and click on shows, and then scroll down to July 15th, you'll see our 2 shows. Tickets are $20 a piece, but there is a discount code going on. So if you use the word pickle with a capital P, it'll give you $5 off and make the ticket only $15.
Oh, very cool. That's great. So, I think this will be a great show, and please come on out. Bring your friends, bring your neighbors, buy the band a drink. Wait, what'd you put in this, Joe? I'm not too sure about this anymore. But yeah, come on out, have some fun. We love crowds that react, and we love the energy that you bring. It helps us bring you a really high energy product. Pickles as itself, we're really high energy. We really are very much a family of people, though we may not be blood related. We very much are a family, I feel, in the time that we've worked with each other, and so we bring a certain level of energy to all of our shows. But when we play for dancers, when we play for crowds that are jumping up and down and hollering at the things that they love, we love that. So we want you to come out. We want you to be rowdy. We want you to have a great time, and show the whole world that you're having a great time with all these amazing people in Denver at Dazzle. So we really hope to see you there.
Yeah, and that's what really inspired me to start the band in the first place, was that ability to kind of have a conversation with the audience. We love to play for dancers because there's this exchange of energy and exchange of ideas in terms of rhythm and what's going on. And so we want to be able to have that conversation with the dancers and with the audience. It just creates a really interactive environment that's really lovely, and it really makes everybody go home feeling amazing.
I know every time I get off a gig, I always go home feeling on cloud 9, just like the other day after the 4th of July gig. So,
oh yeah, so it's all about that interaction between the two. We're definitely not encouraging people to just come observe, come be a part, be a piece of this community.
Yep. Yep. We've done enough sitting idle for the past year, so we hope to see you there, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Captain.
Shall we end this with the wild call of the pickle?
The wild call of the pickle. But of course.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1. Woo!
We'll see you on July 15th.
See you on the 15th.